Yes. So a buddy of mine was talking about maybe coming out here for a little while, and um, so this is, I guess, like what if I would say to anybody that might come out here, who would be listening to what I'm talking about, is that so, like, in my last video I'm talking about how it's boring here. Well, that's the thing, it's boring everywhere. So it's, and also I've lived in this town for fucking like 5 years or something. So to me it's boring because it is, but it isn't. Because there's so much strange activity that goes on here. Really, one of the things that this town is ample is for anybody who's investigating strange phenomena, even like UFOs, witches, any kind of thing like this, like that. This is a great place for that. Or like if you're like into observing Freemason phenomena and shit, this place is great for that. The reason nobody does it is because if you're not careful, you're gonna end up dead in a fucking abandoned mine shaft somewhere out in the desert. This town has operated like this for as long as it's been around. That's why it's out in the middle of nowhere and everything. So to do investigative journalism, like to a large audience, you're putting yourself in danger, because all this shit is real, Yeah, but nonetheless, like anybody who is kind of interested in conspiracy theory stuff and just cares to just observe it, and this is a great place for that. The only thing though is for me is because I found out after living here for years that there's all this strange shit going on. But within my first year of being here, I was seeing UFO. I mean, so like if somebody were to come out here, I could explain all this, kind of like be a brief guide, just to give them a quick overview of what it is, so that they can have a better eye for it. Things that took me years to figure out, or whatever. Like if somebody were to come through here, I could just give them the quick lowdown. So, but like this place is not really boring in that sense at all, and it also has beautiful fucking like I love the desert. The desert is amazing. Fucking massively huge open skies, massive fucking desert moons. You see, it's amazing. What sucks is that something as beautiful as this can get ruined by psychological operations and witch cults, and that's what's happened to this town is it's been overrun by corruption. It's a micro of the macro, how the world has been overrun by corruption. Well, if you want front row seats to that, come to this town and you'll see it all. You'll see it all. The micro of the macro is all here. So in that sense, it's not boring. Like to me, well, I've already been through this town and everything, but also because of what I know about the witch cults and a lot of this other stuff, like I don't necessarily have a lot of interest in hanging around with most of these people, that like there's a lot of gems and minerals and crystals and stuff. Yeah, but I worked in that field for 6 years. So I've seen like people, they think about crystals. When they think about crystals, they think about something like this. I'm talking about fucking crystals the size of cars and shit. Like my boss is one of the biggest fucking gem and mineral dealers in the country, and I worked for him for 6 years. I've seen it all when it comes to crystals. So to me, when they have all these crystals, I've seen it all. My boss deals, the crystals my boss deals are way better than the majority of the shit you see out here, you know. So for me, it's kind of like whatever, you know. I've been through that, you know, but it is an interesting town. I actually am in love with it, but it's a love-hate because the corruption has just infiltrated this town to the point where they've ruined it. It's completely ruined, you know. For me, you know. But like for somebody to come here and visit, yeah, I would encourage it. Because like I said, and especially if you have somebody, a trustworthy guide that can kind of give you the heads up on what this town is about and shit, it's a great place. Somebody needs to do investigative journalism here. But the thing is, whoever does has to have a lot of resources, including money and a lot of people, because you start investigating what's going on here, you're putting your fucking very life at risk. You are they all the shit that's going on here is all secret. It's, you know, it's all done in secrecy. It's like a secret society out here. It literally is. So, but I mean, I've lived here for years, and I've learned all this stuff, and I know what to expect. And then also because I've got a hit on me, whether it's a hit on my life or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like I got people that know who I am, and that if they can, you know, conspire how to, you know, cause harm to me, they will. And I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of that. But it's just like, what, you know, I personally, this town doesn't really necessarily have a lot to offer me. I have a good job, though. I have a good job. And so that's why I'm here. Because I recently got a new job, and this guy's like way cool, way better than my last. As far as like pays better, he's a more reasonable guy, everything like, and so that's why I'm just here to work. And I don't really have anybody that's going to help me investigate. I don't have the resources to do investigative journalism. Otherwise, I totally would. Dude, this would be my number one place. I'd be fucking digging deep into this fucking shithole. But I don't have any of that, you know. I don't have any of that. And, that's okay. But I could still do investigative journalism like I kind of have been, you know. But yeah, dude, like, I mean, you know, I can complain about that it's boring. I mean, for me, it's only because I'm just here to work. And I've already seen everything this town, you know, in a general sense. I've seen everything. I've seen fucking I've seen the whole gem and mineral business. Again, my boss he's a fucking multi-millionaire in this shit, dude. Like, he literally has fucking crystals the size of cars and shit. So when, you know, a lot of people, they'll think, oh wow, they'll see a crystal like this big and be, oh cool. And they'll see that there's a lot of crystals that are like this. Some of them are even like this big and stuff. And, you know, people like that, you know, there's a lot of people like that are intrigued by it. But I've seen it all, dude. I've seen it fucking all. I mean, crystals are the most boring thing, one of the most boring things to me, you know. I don't get a big boner for fucking crystals. I used to. But when you've been working around crystals the size of fucking cars for fucking 6 years, you start, it's just another crystal, man, you know. But no, there really is a lot to this place that's I'm in love with. It's a love-hate thing for me. I'm in love with this place. The thing I hate about it is how it's been totally taken over by a bunch of fucking rats and feds and and the massive psychological operations and witch cults and you know, politics, liberalism, and all this stuff, which is really sad because this is a great place. But as far as the scenery, I love the desert, and this area fucking is amazing. And I've seen UFOs and all kinds. So yeah, I mean, you know, so if anybody were to come out here, I don't want them to get the wrong idea. But one thing I will say for sure, you do not want to live here. Or if you are going to live here, know that this is literally the wild fucking West. This is literally the wild fucking West. You will, at some point, if you live here long enough and your eyes are open enough, you will encounter fucking witches and witch cults. Real witches. Real corruption. You will encounter underground criminal organizations that are involved with witches, witchcraft, and trafficking of all different kinds, and you will see all this. And if you can stomach it, then and it's actually something you want to investigate and stuff, I would encourage it as long as you have the resources. Again, you don't know what you be careful if you come here investigating shit, especially if you're living here, because you do not understand. That I would be glad to fucking be a guide. Even just in a, you know, just a quick overview, general guide, you know, here, let me show you this and that and whatever, no big deal. Or to be a resource is like, yeah, if you have any questions, I can tell you what I know and what I speculate based off of my experiences. It's a great place, and it's a good place to visit, you know, I think. But I'm into conspiracy theory shit, and you know, there's a ley line that goes over this, so that's very interesting. There is a very extremely interesting side to all of this. But if I'm the only one in town interested in it, well, it starts to get kind of boring because you got all these brain dead motherfuckers wandering around like zombies, you know, and they don't have any clue about what's going on. When I'm the only one, after a while, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's cool, but me personally, I won't live here. No way. Visit, yeah, I would encourage it, but live here, no. But if you're gonna visit, man, you know, listen to somebody that knows about what's going on. There are a few of us. There are a few of us in this town, not many. I still need to interview that guy. I talked to him about it the other day, and he wanted me to write down the questions so that he could review them. And I don't really want to do that. I was just hoping to just have an organic conversation with him instead of writing down questions and have him reading the questions before he answers them and stuff. But that's what he wants to do, so now I have to kind of do that, like, and then so I'm still going to do the interview. I just need to get on the ball. And he's one rare guy that's out here that knows a lot of shit. And he's a credible source. Like, the guy ran for sheriff. He's been living in this town for 12 years. I mean, that motherfucker can tell you crazy fucking stories. From a more pragmatic thing, kind of thing. But anyways, just to kind of, you know, try to cover all my bases here.